What if your future already exists, waiting for you to step into it? Sufi masters say time is not a straight line, but a living circle, where destiny is written yet still alive with choice. Stay with me, because this ancient teaching will challenge everything you thought you knew about life, fate, and your purpose. 1. The shocking idea of time. What if the past, present, and future are not separate stages, but layers of the same reality? Imagine a book. Every page already exists, yet you only read one at a time. This is how many Sufi thinkers describe time. It's all written, but your awareness moves through it moment by moment. From this perspective, the future isn't something that suddenly appears. It's already there, waiting to be unveiled when you arrive. Think about déjà vu, those strange moments when you feel you've lived something before, or consider dreams that later unfold in real life. These experiences suggest that time may not be the rigid line we've been taught, but something much more fluid. The Sufis remind us that this isn't meant to confuse us, but to awaken us. By realizing time is more expansive than we imagine, we step into a deeper sense of wonder, trust, and possibility. 2. The Sufi view of destiny. In Sufi wisdom, destiny is not a heavy chain dragging you forward. It's more like a flowing river. The river's path has been set, but how you sail upon it is your choice. You can drift aimlessly, fight against the current, or learn to move with its flow, using its strength to carry you further. This teaching offers freedom rather than limitation. For example, two people might face the same difficulty. One sinks into despair, while the other grows stronger, wiser, and more compassionate. Both encountered what was written, yet their responses shaped entirely different outcomes. The Sufis remind us that while the grand design is beyond our control, the way we engage with it gives birth to our true destiny. This perspective is deeply empowering. Instead of feeling trapped, you realize your life is a partnership with the divine, where intention, awareness, and trust transform fate into purpose. 3. Time as a circle, not a line. The Sufi understanding of time challenges our usual picture of it as a straight line stretching from birth to death. Instead, they describe it as a circle, where every point connects and influences the whole. In this view, moments are not isolated. They echo, return, and sometimes overlap. This explains why certain experiences feel strangely familiar, as though you've touched them before, even if logically you haven't. Think of the seasons. Winter leads to spring, spring to summer, and eventually back to winter. Life, too, moves in cycles: joy, hardship, growth, renewal. The circular view reminds us that no state is final and nothing truly disappears. What goes around eventually comes around, offering second chances and deeper lessons. This teaching is liberating because it softens our fear of endings. Every ending is also a beginning, and every beginning carries seeds of what has been before. 4. The pen has written teaching. One of the most profound Sufi sayings is, "The pen has written and the ink is dry." At first it sounds like everything is locked, but the teaching goes deeper. The script of life may be recorded, yet how you meet each scene transforms its meaning. Think of an actor handed the same lines. One delivers them with bitterness, another with love. The script is identical, but the story that emerges feels completely different. This is what the Sufis highlight. Awareness changes your experience of destiny. You cannot erase what's written, but you can step into it with clarity, faith, and choice. When you face hardship, you can see it as punishment or as a doorway to strength. The words on the page remain, but your interpretation writes the hidden story within them. In this way, destiny becomes less about what happens and more about how consciously you live it. 5. Power of presence. For the Sufis, the secret doorway into eternity is presence, the art of being fully alive in the now. When you are truly present, past regrets lose their grip and future worries fade into silence. It's like focusing a lens. The blur of time disappears, and suddenly the moment in front of you becomes vivid, sacred, and alive. Think of the last time you were completely absorbed, maybe watching a sunset, listening to music, or sharing a heartfelt conversation. In those moments, time seemed to stand still. That is presence. The Sufis teach that when you cultivate this awareness daily, you step outside the illusion of time and taste something timeless. Living with presence isn't about escaping reality. It's about entering it more deeply. And in doing so, you discover a hidden strength, the ability to face life with calm, clarity, and a trust that every moment carries divine wisdom. 6. Freedom from fear and regret. Fear and regret are like shadows, one cast by the future, the other by the past. The Sufis teach that both are illusions that drain your energy from the only place you truly live, the present. Fear makes you tremble over what hasn't even happened yet, while regret ties you down to events that can never be changed. Imagine carrying a backpack filled with old stones of guilt and worry about storms that might never arrive. No wonder life feels heavy. The Sufi path invites you to set that burden down. They remind us that the future belongs to God, and the past has already been embraced by His mercy. When you loosen your grip on fear and regret, you open space for peace and trust. Life feels lighter, choices clearer, and the heart steadier. In this freedom, you discover the courage to live with authenticity and joy. 7. Union with divine design. At the heart of Sufi wisdom is the idea that your life is not random. You are part of a vast intentional design. Every experience, even the ones that feel painful or confusing, is woven into a larger tapestry crafted with divine precision. You may only see a single thread, but from a higher view, each strand connects to form meaning and beauty. Consider how tiny detours often lead to unexpected blessings. A job lost that opened the door to a greater opportunity, a heartbreak that taught compassion, or a delay that protected you from unseen harm. These moments remind us that life carries a hidden order, even when it looks chaotic from below. Union with divine design means trusting that you are guided, not abandoned. When you align your will with that greater flow, you stop battling the current and begin moving gracefully toward who you were meant to become. Time and destiny are not chains, but guidance. Trust the divine design and walk with courage. Comment, I am guided and free. Stay connected with Noble Islam for more wisdom,